Stream.com every Monday night, 9 to midnight. We got into an hour and 15 minutes of just non-stop great music, great heat. But now I'm about to get into the interview portion of the show with a young man who hails all the way from Staten Island, New York. He's a battle MC. He goes by the name of Lexx Luthor. Thank you for coming down, showing love. So, what's going on, man? What's going on in your world, Lex? Tell us about yourself. Tell the listeners about who you are and what you're about and what you represent.
My name is Lexx Luthor. I'm coming from
the... on your headphones.
My name is Lex. That's got 2 X's. Follow me at the Lexorcist on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from the Shaolin Temple, Staten Island, if you don't know. Home of the Woo. You know what I mean? Show your respects. Right now, I'm preparing for a battle that we have March 12th in the Bronx at the Rebel Diaz Art Center. I'm going against, actually, a Bronx native in his hometown. So it's going to be a little tough, you know?
Who's your opponent?
Let's not even talk about him. That shine.
Okay, cool. All right,
nice.
So I remember you said that you don't really make much music, you're just into the battling portion of the culture.
Right.
And why is that? What made you decide to say, you know what, I'm really not going to focus on making music, I just want to battle?
Growing up, my group of friends, my inner circle, we didn't make music. We were get money kids, you know, so I didn't grow up in the type of surroundings where everybody made music. I just always had the passion to rap. I actually never put a pen to a pad once. I just would always think of a line and it's been saved in my head since I was 14, you know?
Oh, wow. Yeah, so you have a good memory then. So you're a smart get money kid.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm built for this battleship.
So who are some of your main influences in the game? And in the battle circuit, would you say? Who would you say you looked up to and watched?
None of them. I don't like any of them. None of them. No. Big L.
Okay.
Period. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. And so what's your record right now in the battle?
Well, considering I've performed in almost 6 different leagues, there is no permanent record, but I'm 14 battles in, and I've said I've won all of them.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know they sent you out to battle in D.C. not too long ago. Did you?
Right.
And how is the crowd out in D.C. as compared to like the New York crowd? And I know you saw battles in Toronto.
More girls in D.C. to be completely honest.
Well, and that's the one thing I've noticed, that even with hip hop shows as a whole,
right, and
not even in the battle circuit, when you go to other states and other cities,
right,
outside the tri-state area, they have more girls support the stuff than they do here. I don't know if you noticed that. Mm-hmm. And you even said you saw a battle in Toronto and there were more.
Yeah, way more females out there
than they do here.
I don't know. I think maybe New York crowds scare them. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, but so now, so really, when did you start? What made you say, I'm going to really go hard in the whole battling circuit? What made you say, I'm going to really take this seriously and decide, like, I'm going to go all out for it?
I would honestly say the people that never even knew that I rapped before, when they watched me do it and thought that I was good, I think that's what pushed me, because I never even really knew I was good. I just showed up one day and rapped, you know, and everybody liked it. I had no idea I was good.
Oh, wow. And this was in Staten Island or in Brooklyn?
Yeah, this was in Staten Island, in Stapleton.
Okay. So, what are your thoughts on the whole current state of the whole battling game?
I think it's the best it's actually ever been. We're at the peak right now.
Okay. And even with all the transition and the changes of the different leagues?
Yeah, I think they're trimming the loose ends right now, as far as I'm concerned.
So how do you separate yourself from like the other battle MCs? And when I ask that is because I know you have some guys who are more dramatic. They more make you want to. Because now battling is not like years ago when guys would just freestyle on the spot. Now everybody has time to prepare.
Right. Because
some guys get more like, they make it more like a show, like a stage, like like it's more like really entertaining. You're like, wow. Yeah.
Right. I feel like, back to separating myself from the rest of them, I feel like I'm a little more complex, and every different battler has something different about them. You know what I mean? That makes people like them. You know what I mean? I feel like what separates me as far as the New York crowd goes that I'm from Staten Island, you know, and every different Staten Island MC is different. You know, you have me, I'm more complexity. Billy Scream, who's more comedy. Vinny Vici, who's more street freestyle, 106 in Park. You know what I mean? Everything's different when it comes to my borough and the battle scene, you know?
Speaking of Vinny Vici, I remember I saw him battle that kid Destro Dollars, And when he was battling that kid, that was like a no-brainer that he was going to win because his opponent was saying nothing.
Yeah.
His opponent was just there freestyling out, and I mean the kid had dope bars, the opponent, but it was like you were saying nothing.
And he came all the way from Atlanta to do that.
I remember, but
you know,
it is what it is. Hey, you win some, you lose some. It's true.
Prepare.
That's when I first met you and Billy that day.
Yeah.
That's actually when I first met you guys.
Yes, absolutely.
But it was just ironic. It was just like, wow.
It was far from sober.
So, have you ever thought about maybe starting your own battle league? I mean, if things really got to the high point where you got successful with it, or you ever thought about doing that?
No, I think that's where loyalty comes in. You know what I mean? I'm actually really loyal to the people who run the league, and they've supported me since day one, and that would be too much of a disloyal move for me to make. You know?
Oh, wow.
I'm not built like that.
Yeah, and thank you. I mean, that's a smart thing to do. And the one thing you need in this world is loyalty.
Right.
True indeed.
All right. Well, when we get back, I want to get back into the new switching of the new leagues and all of that, and all the stuff that's really going on in the battle circuit.
Right.
So right now, sir, we got some more heat, some more fuego. We're gonna spin.
We do.
All right. So, Cash, man, thank you again, and we're gonna get back into that in a little bit.
All right.
Livestream.com airs to the streets every Monday night, 9 p.m. to midnight. We got Lexx Luthor and Billy Screamers in the building. I know you can't freestyle because you're in memorization mode for your stuff. But Billy, you're gonna bless us with a 16.
I have no 16s. I don't.
I'm in the hyperbolic time chamber right now for you Dragon Ball Z fans.
So we ready, sir?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.